I've always been a big fan of Arrow Video, although recently I find myself confused by some of the decisions that they've made. For one, their constant rise in prices seems to be ill-fitting with the business that they're trying to have. But in tandem with their streaming service, it becomes even more confusing. They announce titles that are coming out for, say, July, August, whether it be the Die Imagine series or new releases like Dinner in America. Yet they release them months in advance on their streaming service. They're charging £18 for a single movie, yet you can watch it on their streaming service for free, and you've got to wonder where the idea for the budgets come in for this one, because Arrow Video is predominantly a boutique company, a physical media company. My collection houses hundreds of Arrow titles, and I have taken up the Arrow streaming service because I've been a little bit uncertain about a lot of their recent releases, and this gives me a chance to almost vet what I'm going to buy, whereas I would probably go and buy certain titles at that premium price. No longer am I doing that. You've got to worry about or query at least why they're doing their business the way they are. We know that we are regularly going to get Arrow sales 4 times a year, every 3 months. So why would we go out and buy a title immediately? Why overprice it to start with when most sensible of us are going to wait and pick it up at a reduced price later on? I'm watching movies and thinking, I'd like to own that. I'm going to wait until it's a cheap enough price. Their inclusion or their increased attack on 4K UHD seems a little bit odd. Every now and again they'll release something that feels really special, whether it be the Tremors set, even the Dune set, one that I'm not overly excited about, but FOMO is starting to kick in there. I'm a little bit tempted to pick that one up. But along with the great releases, they're re-releasing a lot. The Bird with the Crystal Plumage, King of New York, Cinema Paradiso, the Cat o' Nine Tails. These titles that have all had 4K restorations on Blu-ray that are sufficient releases already are now getting that UHD treatment. And you find this strange dichotomy within the business between almost fleecing the fans, where they're re-releasing the same titles they've done before, big titles that are going to sell because, hell, it's Argento, or titles that are culturally impactful that we want, or they're going to announce new movies that we've never heard of before, but then release them months in advance on their streaming service. I'm becoming very choosy about what I pick up with Arrow. Limited sets are something that they're really latching onto and releasing lots of, and that's where I'm finding that I'm picking and choosing what I want from there. Now, I was really curious about the Die Imagine series, but now that it's on the Arrow player with all the extras, all the dubs, all the commentaries, why would I go and pay £45 for the set? That seems an uncertain business model for me, and something that I've got to query, just practically looking from the outside in, not taking my heart which says, you should buy these because I love the company. I've watched those movies. I'm in no rush to check them out. Why would I want to go and drop that kind of money on something that I've just watched, that I may not watch again for a number of years? I'm not going to. I've scratched that itch already. I'm really kind of curious about the way Arrow are moving. As a boutique company, as one of the forefront companies out there, it's interesting to see the tack that they're doing. Going into the streaming market, starting to release their titles there with all the extras well in advance of releasing the titles, of regurgitating the same movies again and again on new formats at expensive prices seems strange. It's made me a little bit worried and a little bit trepidatious about the physical media market. But am I part of the problem? I'm using the streaming service as an almost vetting process of figuring out which movies I want to buy. And knowing which movies I want in my collection, I'm still going to wait for the next Arrow sale where I can pick them up at a bargain price. I'd love to know what you think of the recent business practices of Arrow, whether you like them, dislike them, whether you think it's going to harm the business, or how do you think it has an impact on physical media. Let me know in the comment box below, and I'll see you next time on Man v Film.